reality is, the more risk you take, the luckier you get. So people need to learn to take one big risk a day. Every day take a risk and build up that risk muscle, because risk is where success comes.
Risk must be taken for the greatest. Hazard in life is to risk nothing.
Take the biggest fucking risks of your entire life right now. Remember, you have time.
I think that most people, the reason that they lack success in their life is that they lack the courage to make the decisions that need to be made to put them in the position that they want to be in.
You can get so scared, and you can be so easily lulled into the idea that good is good enough, that feeling safe and comfortable is what you should always be looking for. That way of thinking in your 20s in particular, dead fucking wrong. I want you to start to create this mindset of taking risks and going big.
All right. Welcome to R2R. Welcome to REKT to Riches. Am I frozen? I think I'm frozen. I think I'm frozen. There we are. We're back. I don't know what's going on with the computer today. Welcome to R2R. Welcome to REKT to Riches. Where's the music at? Hold on. There we go. Guys, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe, post notifications. You know the drill. Always leave a comment. Get that YouTube algorithm pumping and grinding, right? Today we're going to talk about holding the line, why I'm not selling my crypto. I mean, certain cryptocurrencies, right? You got to make the cut. All right. That's the most important thing, is you have to have some kind of like attribute or some kind of like something that's going to really inspire people to talk about your project. All right. What's up? What's going on, bro? You're good. Thank you. Brandon too. Let's go TXC. Hey, I'm buying the dips, man. You see, when I like something and an event happens and takes place, I stick with it. All right. And it could be a long-term commitment. Here's what I'm seeing. And by the way, don't forget the links in the description. There's about 97 seats that have opened up that are available still to join the R2R VIP group. All right. So click that link. You get to join in today. It is a VIP group that I've had for years. In addition to that, $2.99 a month, the price of a Cambodian coffee. You could join the YouTube members only content. All right. And something that I talked about. Well, let's take a look at the price of Bitcoin really quick. Bitcoin, $68,674. It's not really doing a whole lot of much, but when it goes up a little bit, there's some greenery in the scenery. Crypto Twitter turns very, very bullish. I'm still bearish. And I want to talk about a token, especially now. And this is not telling you to go buy this token now. This is a story about just waiting and having the conviction and the belief. And it's Pippin token. So Pippin token, I talked about early 2025. Okay, about January, February 2025. And the reason being is I made a video about getting into Trump token early and then discovering all these cryptocurrencies that I can go into Meteora, right, and do the DLMM, providing liquidity and earning crazy fees. So you go in on Solana on the Meteora platform with $1,000 of liquidity between two tokens, right? And Pippin was one of them. And it had extraordinary volume. It was insane. So the fees I earned doing it for like a week, I outperformed the entire portfolio of mine in just fees based off volume. Okay. So I got way above my $1,000 back and my tokens I initially went in with plus more due to compounding. And it was a great opportunity. But when I got into it, it was because of the AI behind it, the tech, the framework that was being built by the developer. And I watched many, many interviews and I liked them. However, on Solana, you think a year back, everything that was launching was basically meme tokens that were no use case. And Pippin has a use case. Pippin has a place that's in the innovative world of cryptocurrency when it comes to AI agents, and the founder is a big time big brain developer. So think about the time it took, right? We'll unlog it, for it to go from its hype in January, and then it did nothing for almost a year until November. Then it hits a leg up, right? Hits a leg up, hits another leg up. We're up here, go into 2026, we correct. And here we are, $718 million market cap. And you had all the time in the world in between, when I started talking about it here, to load up a lot of it. And the reason why people didn't is because it wasn't exciting between there, right? Everyone in my group and other groups, they want to trade. They want to get 1, 2, 5 Solana and hit a 10x. What happens is you're chasing that and you end up going to 5 Solana to no Solana, right? It's very easy to get wrecked on Solana, on Ethereum, on just any network right now, trading meme tokens across the board. It's very, very hard to sustain that lifestyle until you get really good at it, right? Then you're on your way and you know how to take your losses and keep in the game and keep going back. But if you're somebody who just wanted to put $1,000, $5,000, maybe it's 10 grand, and you're DCing all the way throughout here, look at the X's that you could have made, dollar cost averaging at 2 cents. After I'd already made the call, talked about why it was an important technology, showed you earning fees through the trading, right? The trading volume in 24 hours is $25.4 million. Well, after a year of it being launched out, okay? But just take the 2.5 cents and divide it by the price right now. Just do the math, okay? Do the math, because the 71 cents divided by the 2.5 cent mark of all that time period is a 28.4x. So you could have taken your $10,000, right, and turned it into $284,000 in a year. That's better than most people's jobs, 3 or 4 people combined. That's the reality of cryptocurrency as far as the long-term goal, because you probably want to hit $284,000 in the next week, and 1 day, and 1 month. But all it took was just buying a token that had the tech, had the community, had everything that you could possibly look for. That's important, but it takes time because the market is distracted throughout this time, buying fart coin, no utility, buying this, and that coin that are no longer here. So if you pay attention to speculation that is driven based off the tech and something that could be disruptive, it's worth the wait. Believe me, you will miss a lot of opportunity just forgetting the basic fundamentals of what made me successful in cryptocurrency. And that was 1, buying Bitcoin at $250 and buying Ethereum at 7 and waiting for years to pass by, a full cycle to start selling, above $50,000 Bitcoin, above, $1,000, $2,000 Ethereum. And it was the long term. Would have beat anything trading in between. Okay. So that's why it's like you go back to the basics and you start to realize, this trading is dangerous, right? If I have 50,000, let me get 10,000, 5 plays that I like, and hold it long term and see what happens. You see, I gave this play a year ago, and a lot of you had 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. They just turned down all the way to below 1,000, below 5,000, whatever it may be. It could have just bought and sit and went about your life and got out of the fast lane. It's a $721 million market cap. We very well could see 1 billion. I'm not a buyer at this point because I bought it a long time ago and I made money providing liquidity, and I DCA'd for a few months. Didn't continue all the way this time, but I wish I would have. But DCA'd all the way to like April-ish, and mad gains now in today's world. Okay. This is the token that I talked about and demonstrated how to provide liquidity and earn fees, like I said, a little over a year ago. And it paid off tremendously. It has everything you need. Do your research on that token. Like I said, the mad gains are already over with. If anything, a 2x if it goes above $1 billion. But we'll see. Okay. And that leads me to the token I talked about the other day, Binder. Now, and before we continue, we always got to shout out the official sponsor of the R2R live stream and video content. Head over to DexFi.com/bonds, but I got a link in the description. Sign up under me and use my code. All right. They've already paid $1,231,030 in USDC from simply minting a bond with Ethereum on base. You start earning real yield from the fees on activity through the managed liquidity. So there's no guesswork on your end. It's just all on-chain rewards. It's completely transparent, done for you. It's $42 in Ethereum on base to mint one right now. APR is 130%. But check it out, $3,337 daily compound in this real yield performing platform. And the daily profit's $3,369 that's being compounded, right? You can see here. So it's the easiest way to get paid out in USDC, especially I believe we're in the bear market. We are in the bear market. I'm not saying I believe we are. We are. And the bottom will be at the end of the year. All right. November, December. All right. I'm not going to say I believe we are. We are in a bear market. Okay. So back to Binder token. This is a platform that I talked about the other day. I made an exclusive video about it. And it's very interesting to see this launch because we're looking at the price. The price went up, right? It went up. It was over 10 million market cap. It was all hype, a lot of volume. Then it dies off. The price goes down. But I look at these prices and I go, go to 2 million if you want to accumulate for the hopes and dreams and the speculation that the Binder platform will do very well and be adopted by users. So let me show you what I mean by that. So this platform here, right? The link's in the description so you can join. You can follow your wallet, see your trades, buy and trade. You can buy Binder token here as well. And you can see, the chart, right? Dev bought, right? You don't see a dev sold, anything like that. And this platform here, as it's under a correction, allows you to create NFTs. And let me explain more about this. This is like a pump fund type of like NFT driven scenario. And I'll explain while we look at these here. So you see how there's binding 0%, binding 31%, right? So there's a collection market cap, $274.89. There's a token market cap of 4.46 million. 4 holders. NFT bonds, 31 out of 100. Tokens per NFT is 2K. So they launch a meme token, okay? And they launch a meme token, but when you purchase the NFT, you get a release of X amount of tokens per NFT that you hold. And they can create different like durations of time where you get certain X amount of tokens and whatnot. But let's look at one that bonded and see kind of the stats and what I'm talking about here and how people can utilize going from meme, from bonded to a meme to an NFT and what the NFT can be worth. To me, it's something that if the community in Solana locks in and loves it, then Binder token will be a huge success. So let's look at Reaper that bonded 333 max supply. Collection market cap 7.4K, 4.48. token market cap, 13 holders, floor price of 1.2 Solana, tokens per NFT is 5,000 tokens. So that's $22.40. And you can see here, you can buy this one for 33 SOL. You'd go, why would I buy this one for 33 SOL? You can take a look at everything on chain. 5K binder received by burning. No sales yet. So 5K binder received by burning. So what would that even be? Let me take a look at 5,000 binder. That's a $22.41. $22.41. Why he would be selling this at 33? I think it's speculation on how well this would do. But none of these are on sale. I'm looking down at like across the board as people are trying to figure out how to use this entirely. And I've seen some where like the NFTs have value and there's like little holders. So it's brand spanking new. Okay, the learning curve is going to be, it's going to take some time for people how to figure out the bonding that's mixed with the NFTs, and the tokens actually launch on Pump Fund, right? So if you wanted to create a collection, I did this the other night, you would see, I could do R2R. You could do NFT type generative, one-to-one AI. You could do max 10,000. And then your Pump Fund ticker, right? You'd have a Pump Fund token that you've created. You'd add the address, and then you'd put token bond per NFT. So it's a mix of, what Pump Fund is doing, but an allocation given by the purchase of the NFTs that can have value to have access to those tokens at launch. So the token success is totally going to be based off the learning curve and how fast people start to really use that platform. So I understand that could take months, several months, even up to a year. So buying on this dip, I'm going to take that opportunity to go, ham and, try to demonstrate to myself that, okay, the token didn't pump and go to 100 million. That's not what you're looking for. You're looking for something that has growth potential, because there's utility, just like with Pippin. It took a full year to fork out a 28x, after the fact that it had launched and did many X's from, when a token launches on Solana, they go, 50, 80, 100x, then they sell off and then they trade sideways. And if something is good, it'll go up over time, just like Pippin. So that's what you look for here, even with binder token, the launch, boom, it takes, look how many X's you get, it corrects, and you wait for consolidation. And if it's a good token, it will have its day of, new all-time highs and possibly wait beyond that point. So links in the description for that platform if you want to go in there, use it. I have a video talking about it as well. Finding the good stuff that's going to build and be cheap for this entire rest of the year to pay off down the road. I'm not trying to buy 5 Solana and 10x right here. It's a dangerous game, right? You can go, oh, look at Punch. It just launched. Oh, shit. It went to 14. It's going to 20, 30 mil. You can do that all day long. If you're good at it, you're good at it. But if not, you can park money and just wait. Keep working. Keep doing whatever you're doing and wait it out. And then you'd be in the Pippin. Pippin ain't easy, right? Pippin ain't easy. And that's the big opportunity that's there in crypto. Heading over to Texit Coin, one of my most favorite in all of crypto. All right, same thing. They just had the SEC come after them. Well, basically being accused of selling unregistered securities. That is nothing new in cryptocurrency. That happens all the time. So you get your attorneys, you work it out with them. They go to battle. You pay a fee, you take them on, whatever it may be. This is where you see the most panic. You even see, let's take a look here. Let's look at a panic individual. TXC has fully rugged its entire community of investors in wild criminal cartel mega fraud. Robber Fraudy Gay has announced it's not going back to America, fled the country, all this stuff. People do this because they just like their ball of emotions and their lack of experience in crypto. Just it's entertaining. But the good thing about people's reactions, and the more and more you see of that, because I've seen so much stuff about cryptocurrency during the time of being in it. You can even go to Pippin when Pippin corrected all this stuff. The founders of Fraudster, this is going to zero. You listen and see that, and you use it as a basis of going, man, these people sound stupid, and they're probably poor and frustrated. So you take a look and you go, I'm buying the dip. So during the peak of fear with price action going down, SEC or the Texas Security Board, telling them they're selling unregistered securities in the form of mining packages, which they've already deemed that mining is not a security in crypto. So it's like, what? That's been already like stated a long time ago. It's going to be interesting to see how far this even goes. But regardless, buying the dip here and reaping the benefit, if it hits $1 again, it's a 3x on your money that could happen in the near future, because you don't know how long this could stay or how quick this can come and go. Which is the reality of cryptocurrency. The volatility is the price you pay. And I've seen things go to a penny from like 25 cents, it's over. And then next thing you know, it's $3. So it's amazing that you see that in crypto. And I just know that everything that is down at some point and will continue to go down during this bear market, that's the absolute loser all the way to the bottom, could be the next big thing. So that's where I'm at there. And let me take a look at Pulse Chain. This Pulse Chain about to add a zero. Yeah. One of the saddest stories in crypto. A founder beats the SEC in court, does $1 billion raise, gets accused of fraud and having a raising money. It's a security, you name it. And he beats him. His lawyers walk into a courtroom in the first cryptocurrency ever to walk into a courtroom and come out a winner versus SEC case. And it's a nothing burger. Who would have ever imagined, right? Who would have ever imagined that? However, after the SEC came after him, look at that price and where it went up to here. You had X's. Went down, SEC beats the SEC. When does he beat the SEC? Somewhere here. Little price action, people sold into it. Everyone sold into it. So that's crypto. Let's look at CoinMarketCap right now and see. ETH under 2 Gs. BNB bleeding. Solana 86. Not so bad. Oh yeah, our privacy tokens too. That's what I want to talk about. This is the big topic right here. Okay. Because this, so Aster, okay, you guys remember Aster, links in the description. If you're going to be doing perpetuals and trading or buying spot, do it in a decentralized environment, please. Not your keys, not your crypto. If you're on some kind of exchange and they go down like FTX, you lose all your money, right? So something that's going to be pretty disruptive and pretty big, in my opinion. And there's no doubt when you hear about this, think about it and just draw attention to it and really go, oh man, like I got to pick up Aster. Well, why in the world would you want to pick up Aster token other than it represents a decentralized exchange where you can play perpetuals? Well, let's take a look at this article here, guys. So don't forget the links in the description. If you want to buy it spot, all right, let's take a look at Aster token. You can buy it spot. Look how low it went to 51 cents. Okay. I don't know if you guys are aware, but they're going to launch a layer 1 mainnet in March. That's a month away. So you have a month to start buying Aster token before people start to realize what's going on. It's a very slow cook in every scenario, because you got to remember, if you're watching my channel right now, you guys are pretty advanced DeFi users. Okay, you've done DeFi ROI dApps, you've done DeFi utility tokens, exchanges, projects. You've risked it for the biscuit for quite some time, and your level of knowledge is quicker and more advanced than the average user out there that's just trying to win on meme tokens and doesn't know diddly squat about DeFi. So although they have this information, when they read it, they're not excited yet because they don't understand it. They will be excited when they see the green candles, due to all of us being in early who understood, who read the content, who reads the articles that's there before everyone else is, and that reaps the benefit of people who buy hype that want to get rich. That's how this PvP game works. So this is big because the layer 1 mainnet that launches in a month is going to have privacy first features. And we keep talking about that in our chat and on this channel here about how privacy is very important. That's why I've invested and talked about Fyro, Beam, right? And if you want to go blue chip, there's Monero and Pivx and all that. So Aster, right, a decentralized perpetual exchange that's actually endorsed by Binance CZ, plans to launch Aster Chain's mainnet in March, and the team is yet to be announced. Right, I think this article is from the 11th, so the team probably was announced. So it's going to be a rollout. There's going to be a roadmap. It's going to boost Aster's infrastructure with a dedicated network for its on-chain products, all its tools, builders, everything that you could possibly integrate from a fiat on-ramp to an on-ramp to off-ramps, right? So that layer 1 testnet went live early this month. Okay. So, and that's what people that whitelisted, they tested it. There's about 50,000 participants. So that's why mainnet's coming next month. Everything looks smooth and ready to go. But it's going to include governance features. It's powered by the native token, Aster, staking and on-chain participation, expand access to real-world assets like stock perpetual markets, enhancing its synthetic trading offerings beyond crypto. So staking is going to lock up supply. Governance is going to lock up supply with the native token. And then it's going to be privacy based. One of the biggest things that's important in cryptocurrency, we don't want people seeing what you're doing with your money. And that's going to be a big opportunity. So now the speculation of Aster going to $10, like people were saying months ago, now it's a reality. Am I saying this layer 1's going to launch and it's going to go to $10 in the first few weeks, the first month? No, let's reflect back to the beginning of the video. When something has a strong narrative and utility like Pippin, Pippin ain't easy, right? It's for me, like a for sure bet eventually down the road, when that learning curve of people finally go, oh, I know what this is for. But you just waited in the bushes with your bag. Okay. So now if you understand the opportunity of when Aster first came out, it was going parabolic, $1 to $2, right? Now you have a chance to buy it. The other day I was buying it at 54 cents. Now it's 72 cents. Stack up, use the link in the description, buy it, spot, whatever you want to do. and hold on for dear life, because it's going to be a rocky time this year. But you're buying and holding something that has a very, very innovative, unique layer 1 mainnet, privacy feature based, backed by CZ, a major backing, and a ton of money in volume in just the token. Look at 94 million 24-hour volume in USDT pair with Aster already. I mean, this is going to be insane, because the volume is just going to the volume is going to like 10x to a billion a day when people start realizing layer 1's out. Oh shoot, this is this and that. It's going to be quite impressive. So I believe that this is going to be the biggest opportunity. Links in the description. Don't forget to pound that like button. Drop a comment. Till next time, we'll do it again. Yeah, dog.
The reality is, the more risk you take, the luckier you get. So people need to learn to take one big risk a day. Every day take a risk and build up that risk muscle, because risk is where success comes.
Risk must be taken for the greatest. Hazard in life is to risk nothing.
Take the biggest fucking risks of your entire life right now. Remember, you have time.
I think that most people, the reason that they lack success in their life is that they lack the courage to make the decisions that need to be made to put them in the position that they want to be in.
You can get so scared, and you can be so easily lulled into the idea that good is good enough, that feeling safe and comfortable is what you should always be looking for. That way of thinking, in your 20s in particular, dead fucking wrong. I want you to start to create this mindset of taking risks and going big.